fire, fire for fire, fire. Alright, what's this about? Apparently almost half of Gen Z teens never dated. What do you think could be the reason as to why? Percentage of American men who say they had a girlfriend or boyfriend. Oh, but this is men only. Okay. During most or all of my teen years. During some, not at all. Gen Z, Millennials, Generation X, and Boomers. Huh. 44% not at all. Survey of US adults, 5,000. That's not a small size. It's not 100, it's a 5,000. I don't know how to socialize. It's okay, neither do I. I get scared. I'm the 44%. Dating apps, social media, internet addiction. I'm 33, so I witnessed it all from no social media to the internet era boom. I think millennials definitely got affected because look at the jump here. It was 46%, wait, sorry, I'm fucking stupid. 20, 23, 32, and then 44. Like, it jumped quite a bit. So from 9 to 11? Yeah, that's a pretty big jump. Because this one was only 3. Yeah. Yeah. WoW generation. Yeah, that's millennials for sure. Old Gen Z to millennials, young millennials. COVID made a huge impact. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I was basically kind of like a hermit. Not like officially because I still went outside. I still had to like, I couldn't afford people to fucking deliver my groceries. I'm not fucking rich, but it's tough. It's tough. I think COVID really did ruin it. And also you can't, people didn't go to school, going outside, staying at home and learning shit. God, learning, man. People affected by learning, man. Learning and sitting at home. Dating is horrible. Can't fucking talk to anyone. Match sounds are exactly pretty either. Oh, I heard of so many people. So at my work, there were so many girls that said that they actually dated and they would wear masks, or like both parties would wear masks. And they would get, what is it called? Like catfished. They would get catfished because they thought they would look nice, and then like they walk up to them and they're like, wait a minute, you don't look like your photo. Yeah, the masquerade. The comments say social media and the idea to be perfect in this world. I do think that younger people have a horrible expectation. That's why there's a massive skew in also like how much money someone should have to provide for a person at a young age as well, because of social media influence. Like you see a model with like a really hot body, or she's like an OnlyFans model that makes like $200,000 a year. I think that would affect your mental for sure. They don't think it's okay to be like, you know, a mildly like scrawny dude. Yeah, I need a minimum of $80,000 a year. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? People who are 40 plus don't even make $80,000. Sorry, I didn't read this one. I'm the youngest millennial can be, and the whole gotta have the perfect partner thing is wild. I've ran into it. I know so many other people who are single and miserable because they either can't get a date because they aren't perfect, or they can't find perfect. Just chill. If you're a serial dater because you're trying to find someone who's perfect, you can have a bad time. Yep. Even meeting online, it's like you get disillusioned or you get catfished. But on both sides, by the way. I'm not saying like, oh, it's just women catfishing. No. Because they think that you have to be perfect, and then they like either Photoshop themselves, or they send a fake photo, or it's their friend. 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 pack. Absolutely unrealistic. Yeah, might probably have zero confidence and self-love, so isolate themselves with distraction and work. Why bother trying to find someone to love if you can't even stand yourself? Men love to do that too. They really want to just buckle down. That's what happened to my brother after he broke up with this this girl that I remember I talked about her on stream, but he told me, like, after he broke up after his 6-year relationship and he was about to, like, propose to her, he didn't date, like, seriously for around about 3 or 4 years. Maybe even longer than that, actually. Yeah. He was with her for 6 years. Yeah, minus 6 years, wasted his time. Genuinely, like, wasted it. But again, I don't like to say it's a waste. He always said it was a waste of time, but I mean, ultimately, I think he grew as a person. Like, at least I'd like to think so. My parents always try to cheer him up and be like, well, you're a good guy. You work out, you take care of yourself. You don't drink like all the fucking time like some people do. I don't know. Just sad. He partied a little bit, but like he kind of grew out of that as well once he reached about 25. I never really partied. I partied when I was like 18, and that was 1 time or 2 times actually. No, like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, 2 or 3 times. No amount of social skills that a man can make up for a lack of them in a woman. Plenty of them are avoidant balls of anxiety who don't know how to talk to men either. If women don't know how to talk or be talked to, then there's nothing that can be done. I don't know. I understand where this person's coming from. Like, yes, I have really bad anxiety, but I've also met a lot of women who have a lot of confidence in the workplace, and that translates to like social, you know, capabilities and being able to talk to men. I think being in the workforce, if you are in the workforce with a relatively social job, it helps a lot. Because you're talking to all people of all walks of life, not just like your group of people or whatever. You gotta keep brain gaming, bro. True. I only wanted to date to marry. Basically, no one met my standards and I wouldn't lower them. Then I met my wife. Aw, good for you. That's what happened to my brother, too. He said he gave up. At one point, he said, I'm gonna move out into the woods and I'm gonna get 2 dogs and I'm gonna chop wood. And then he met his wife. I think he met her through a friend. Yeah, every guy says that. No, seriously, I think every guy goes through that. Me too, kind of. Like, I'm kind of just minding my own business, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just... That's just sad, but completely understandable. The internet rotted our generation's skills a lot. It's not just the internet, it's definitely COVID, too. Not a guy, but I've just honestly never been interested in anyone. I have a lot on my plate at school. Relationships have taken a lot of time, and I don't have the ability to balance a relationship along with my other responsibilities. 2007. Earlier. Am I doing the math wrong? Oh, wait, I'm doing the math wrong. Yeah, I was about to say 17. Okay, I don't know. You're 17. I was like, am I miscalculating? Is it 17? Like, I'm sorry, but 17. I don't know. Yeah, focus on school or whatever. I don't. Dating in the US is so draining from many angles. I come from a small community in the DR. I don't know what that means. And dating in there was so much fun because of how walkable the city is and how close everything was. People in the US have their standards so inflated it's not worth pursuing. I think that's a really big factor, for sure, 100%. But I will ask the Eurobros in chat. Eurobros, if you're out here, listen. Do you have issues dating even though where you live is relatively walkable? Yes. Yes. Yeah, no. I'm Dominican. Okay. You're a bro. Okay. If you live in a town or a city where it's walkable and you can go to like a restaurant, or like you're not living in a city where it's walkable and you can see people walking around outside, do you think that affects your dating, or are you, just kind of living your life? Because, like, I feel like a lot of people say that, and it is a factor for sure, but I think it's more of a global problem, too. Women do not go on a walking date around my parts? That kind of sucks. I feel like I totally would. Like, walking around, going in a cafe nearby? I feel like I totally do that. America doesn't have that possible unless you, like, live in the city, which is kind of cringe. You're Euro-coded? No! Am I Euro-coded? Oh my god, maybe I am. Gross cities? Okay, a town. Fuck. What if you live in a village at the beach, near the beach? You're not entitled? I am entitled. I am a woman. I have double X chromosomes. Oh, there's something interesting I wanted to read. 100% will affect dating. You can't date if you never meet people. Walkability in third space is to hang out, the simplest way to meet people. Yeah, but I think there's a global problem with people meeting, just period. I think it's still affected. Like, social media still affects, like, people living in Eastern Europe in a nice little cozy town. I think that still has, like, it does affect them, just not as badly as, like, the US. I'd argue that into one's late 30s, that tends to flip, with men having more options than their late 30s peers. Yeah, because women fall off in the 30s. Usually. Don't quote me on this, like 100%. Usually women fall off. I prefer rotting away at home, alone in my room, because I don't have any friends to go out with anyway. Why is this so relatable? Because the majority of us, or at least those that are active on Reddit, are awkward, antisocial shut-ins. I'm honestly gonna, I don't want to roast this person too hard, but if you're on Reddit and if you post a lot on Reddit, like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Get off Reddit, man. Go outside. Bro, chill the fuck out. I will not chill. I have to. I don't know what to tell you. It's a fact. You also collect Funko Pops. I'm sorry. I'll stop roasting. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose a mod over this. It's a joke. Please don't kill me. Anyway. Gen Z are less active socially, true. Not only when it comes to dating, but also when it comes to friendships and general outside activities. It could have something to do with that, I guess. Chad, if you want my honest opinion, I went to a licensed therapist. Like, actual licensed therapist, not like fucking BetterHelp or some dog shit. She said, do you have any female friends in real life? And I said, I have like 1 or 2. And they said, why don't you get more? And I said, because I don't want to. I don't need it. And they kind of like looked at me and then they wrote stuff down. And I was like, yeah, because I like women. No, I like women. Okay, hold on. First of all, I like women. I am not cringe. I do like other women. I love yapping with women, but I am very selective. They have to understand that I don't want to yap for 10 million years. I do not want you to call me every fucking day. I don't need that shit. Now, shut the fuck up! You're a fucking Twitch mod! Why is it such a widespread demographic trend? 63% is huge. The numbers are definitely a little weird. This implies that half of Gen Z women are dating men that are 30 plus, question mark? If it counts, queer relationships gap could be wider because there are women that are in relationships with one another than men. Still, the numbers are not fully accurate, I think. Again, I can't say because it doesn't, I can't see it, and maybe the sample size is really small. As a 29-year-old guy, it's been easier and easier to get girls, so I imagine that trend will continue. I thought it was the meme, but you can get hookups with barely any effort nowadays. Guess girls like guys with their shit together. Who would have thought? Damn, you loaded then, huh? Not flashy rich or anything, but I definitely got more than the guys their age, so I guess that still applies. Yeah, I would say so. There's definitely merit to the video that we talked about the other day, or was it yesterday? Where men don't want to race with you with being poor, or there's very few women that want to race with you to the finish line. They want to pick a guy that's already, like, you know, not flashy rich, but wealthy. Yeah, this person typing is probably wealthy. Willing, able, and experienced. Yes, and this guy is willing, able, and experienced at 29. Yep, camping the fishing line. Yeah, you're so smart. You just say what you have to say. Having your own place makes it 10 times easier. I mean, yeah. Chad, do you think it's... At what age is the cutoff point of where it gets a little bit weird that you're living with your parents? At what would be a good number for you, like, personally? Like, if you go to a girl's house, like 25, 30s, 25, 30s, never 30s, 30s, 23, 25, 28, hard stop 30s. Okay, that's fair. I think you guys are being reasonable. Again, 30 and you're living with your parents is kind of like, again, I understand financial circumstances, but at the same time, living with your parents is insufferable. Ask me how I fucking know. I lived with my parents up until 22, 21. Or was it 23? Yeah, and it sucked. It sucked. It's really off-putting. 25, it's fine, I think, because the economy sucks. I understand it. But you gotta get your own place. I lived in a fucking efficiency, man. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It was all 1 room. Like, come on, guys. If I can do it, you can too. If you can help it. Maybe women dating older men or guys dating multiple girls at once. I don't know. I think it's more of the dating older men factor. It's also another thing is that women are also having children later as well. So I think it's definitely pushing up the age bracket of dating or what you consider dating. Hookup culture is also really, really strong with, you know, with this. It's a nightmare. I think the average age of a woman now giving birth to their first child is like 29 or 32. I can't remember. There was like a census. Sometimes I worry that I'm not making the most of my life of what I've been given because I'm worried about wasting what I've been given, if that makes any sense, because I just want to make it count. No, you shouldn't have that mentality. I think I wasted a lot of my life, but then I have to look back on it and say that dwelling on it in the past is not good for my mental. Yeah. It should be a tiny bit lower than that. No, I think that's the average age of women giving birth now, like 29 or 32, their first child. It's spiking. My mom had my brother when she was 24 or 23? Yeah, I think so. That's young, man. Yeah, I think that's young. That's normal. Average age of the Philippines is around 24. Yeah, that's like an average age, I think. 32 is the number referenced. Yeah. Now I'm hearing like people having their first child, like women that I worked with in at my job, like my average Joe Schmo 9 to 5, I remember some of them would be like, yeah, I'm having my first baby at like 27, or I'm having my first baby, I'm 29 or 32. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, second, third child isn't like, it's completely different, but first birth that late is like a big factor. And again, that would explain also women wanting to date older men. They have more security. What I see, the numbers aren't as bad as it seems. These are about as women who are single as men, but a lot of these women are not actively seeking relationships while the men usually are. That's the greater disparity happening here. Gen Z women are mostly checking out of the whole dating thing. No, they're not. They're not doing dating. They're not even doing the dating thing. They would rather sit at home just like the boys do. Modern dudes don't want current year relationships either, because also revolves around feminism and guys are catching on. I'm 35 and even I know this. I don't think it's a feminism thing, my guy. I genuinely don't think it's a feminism thing. I think it's an economic, like the feminism, whatever, like the pivot towards the hard swing pendulum of hard feminism and like, you know, I'm gonna be a girl boss, that's like a small factor. The bigger factor, in my opinion, is economy and social media. Absolutely. It's not minor. Like, there are women who are like, a girl boss, fuck men. Like, I get it. Like, there are attitudes like that exist, and it is a problem, but economy and social media is the bigger one. You could argue and say that feminism is like a culture thing, and it's like, I don't know. I think I've met plenty of Balkan women that are like, oh my god, my man has to make like so much money and buy me Gucci and Chanel, and in that culture, feminism isn't like a thing. It's more like machoism. I definitely don't think that's a big factor, even in the US. It's a pervasive trend. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.